Hello and welcome everyone to this Super Mario Brothers 3 race here at GSA. We've got TEEX88 versus SuperSonic71087. Big race here. We're in the round of 16. Bracket, obviously, single elimination. So, you know, these spots for the top 8 are up for grabs in these races. So we'll see a pretty good race here. Teeks and Supersonic both very consistent runners here, and it looks like we're gonna get started right away. And we're off. A little bit of a timer sync here for you guys as we get ourselves started. Pretty simple. 1-1. All about P speed. Supersonic unfortunately taking a bit of damage there. Losing that P speed is going to lose a bit of time to Teeks, who's able to get through that pretty easily. Pretty straightforward for the most part. These first couple of levels, first couple of worlds, it's all about just maintaining that P speed. A couple auto scrollers here and there, but nothing too difficult. You see Teeks just chugging right along in World 1-3. Supersonic able to find the groove. Find that P speed there that you need. We've got our first little auto scroller here. Again, nothing too difficult. Most of the time, these runners just need to keep themselves busy. Be patient and make sure you're not being complacent, missing any blocks, missing any of these little wooden drop panels. Teeks going ahead and picking up that squirrel tail, raccoon tail, whatever you want to call it. Supersonic doing the same. So far, so good, though. Not really a whole lot you can do in those auto scrollers other than just wait. We'll see Teeks take on the first fort here. Make his way over to Boom Boom. We'll avoid Boom Boom altogether, just pick up that whistle. Quickest way to take out this fort, obviously. But now, one interesting thing about Super Mario Bros. 3 that you might not often see in other speedruns is taking damage on purpose. As we saw Teeks there, and Supersonic as well taking a bit of damage there at the beginning of this level so that they can maintain that P speed. Going to small my Teeks, taking a death early here in 1-6. A little unfortunate. He'll take his time here. It'll be just a bit closer, all because of that death there from Teeks. And Teeks not able to get that P speed the way he wanted to, so Supersonic will take the lead now. Very interesting exchange there in 1-6. They'll easily take out both those Hammer Bros, and we'll move into our first ship. Samurai Man, thanks for the fat raid there. 34 people joining in. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Samurai Man coming off of a big win against Fetch in Super Mario Sunshine. So congratulations on the win. I believe that's his third win in this group stage tournament. We're not playing Super Mario Sunshine right now. We're playing Super Mario Bros. 3 as we're moving along this auto-scrolling ship. Just gotta maintain where you're at. Make sure you avoid cannonballs and bullet bills and pick up that fire flower. Looks like TEEX got a little bit earlier of a kill there than Supersonic. And we're as close to synced as you can get. So if you got those syncs in chat, bring them out. Maybe half a second apart. But very nice regardless. We'll move into World 7. Back to just maintaining that P speed. These guys almost taking each other move for move here. Really nice sync here in 7-1. Holy moly, that is a true sync if I've ever seen one. 7-1 completely synced up here. Maybe a little splicing, I don't know. But TEEX falling behind, unfortunately. Not as good movement here. Through 7-2, taking on that water. Obviously, you want to stay out of that water as much as you possibly can. So, in Super Mario Bros. 3, and just Super Mario Bros. In general, that water is just so slow. So trying to avoid that water as much as you possibly can is really important. That was synced up there through 7-1 and 7-2. Or 2-1. TEEX, regardless of that, there's a couple of mistakes. And 2-2 for TEEX. Pretty much pretty close. Supersonic will take out this Hammer Bro early as TEEX makes his way through 2-3. We'll take on this Angry Sun. Unfortunately, we can't take him out, but pretty easy to avoid him. As long as you're continuing your movement, the sun stays in the same parts of the screen. He doesn't move anywhere else. You can easily trick up someone who's just playing this casually for the first time, but these runners, it's no problem at all. TEEX using that star power there. Making up a little bit of time there on Supersonic. They'll go in opposite directions now. TEEX taking on 2-5 while Supersonic's in 2-4. So far so good. Supersonic not having that fire flower Missing the finishing card there. Almost a sync. Estimated time for this run, we had about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Be about the time that these runners should be finishing up. Maybe a little shorter, maybe a little longer, depending. Looking up on speedrun.com. TEEX has a PB of a 1:12:43, and SuperSonic has a PB of a 1:17:25. Something that's been pretty common with these races is that a lot of these runners, you know, it's kind of widespread. Their PB times. You know, you got Mitch Flower Power in here, you know, in this tournament, as well as a guy like SuperSonic with a 1:17. So about 5 to 6 minutes difference between runners sometimes. Yare, thank you so much for the subscription. Let's get some subscription hype in the chat. Really appreciate it. So yeah, a good time in these races is about a 1:15. If you're getting a 1:15, you're probably doing pretty well. And we're almost synced up here. TEEX making up a bit of time, holding on to that Fire Flower. SuperSonic not able to maintain it, losing just a tad bit of time off of TEEX. He'll pick up the Fire Flower now, and we're just about synced up again. I'm looking at both these screens. I can't tell who's ahead. Maybe SuperSonic by half a second. Oh, TEEX entering just before SuperSonic does, and SuperSonic losing fire. So TEEX will take the lead back here in 2F. We'll move on to World 3. Now, World 3, lots of water here, so it's going to be in the runner's best interest to avoid as much as possible these swimming areas. We see them jump right on over. SuperSonic going to pop on down here, pick up a Fire Flower. Going to put him a little bit out of his way. Loses about 3 seconds, 4 seconds there. Nothing too terrible. We've got about an hour's worth of run left to go. And SuperSonic just having a very difficult time here maintaining these power-ups. Waiting for that Piranha Plant to move because he loses that Fire Flower. We'll see TEEX grab this P-Speed. Again, so critical in these areas, you know, grabbing P speed and moving through this as quickly as you possibly can. Again, Supersonic picking up that Fire Flower. Gonna want to maintain that. Super critical that you maintain that Fire Flower. You see Teeks making his way through this fortress. Trying to take on this Boom Boom. And just a couple of fireballs. Takes him out. Nothing too hard. Supersonic trying to make up time. He has this Fire Flower now, so just again, gonna be critical to not lose it. That's what's been losing him time here, folks, is him losing, Supersonic losing these Fire Flower power-ups. It's gonna be a cloud. Head on over. Take on these two Hammer Bros. Getting hit by the Piranha again, so losing more. Losing another power-up, unfortunately. Maybe strategic in that situation, simply just to maintain that P speed, but regardless. So even though Supersonic's taking a different route, Teeks does have the lead here. Supersonic choosing to put on that P-Wing through this water area. So we see Teeks taking on this auto-scroller. Again, auto-scrollers are all just about staying patient, knowing where you're at, not being complacent. Too many times you see a runner get complacent and, you know, lose his place in these auto-scrollers, as we see Supersonic following up closely behind. Get a little bit of a better idea of how far apart these two guys are here at the end of World 3. See them really take care of coin management. Don't want to see those coin ships floating around. A little bit of RNG involved there, a little bit of, you know, if it's a factor of 11, you know, if you're in certain world and it's a factor of 11, you know, the coin ship will pop up. You want to make sure you don't have that. I've seen the coin ships a couple times here in this tournament just because runners get complacent. Let's see Teeks take on this water fortress. Again, maintain that Fire Flower, making that Boom Boom fight so much easier. Ooh, Supersonic unfortunately losing. And unfortunately bouncing the flower into the block there. That's going to be extremely unfortunate for Supersonic. That's really hard to see, just kind of bounces it in there. He will not have any power-ups going into this Boom Boom fight. Just going to lose a little bit more time there to T. See him grab this mushroom here, if he can get it, which it'll come back slowly, but he immediately loses it because this. because of him losing that fire flower, he has to take two 3 bounces on the boom boom there. TEEX is just in cruise control now. After taking that early death, no problems. SuperSonic with a nice little snipe with the block. Big fish there. And that's been the story so far. SuperSonic losing these power-ups in really important areas where you wanna keep those power-ups. We'll go into this Koopa fight again. TEEX holding on to that fire flower. SuperSonic not having it. Don't know if SuperSonic will decide to use an item from his inventory or if he's going to hold on to it for later. Again, this is early on. We're only in World 3. You're using an item from your inventory now, and he'll choose not to. Again, this auto scrollers. All about maintaining your area, keeping your wits up, knowing what's around you. Watching for these wrenches and these bullet bills and these cannonballs. Not really sure why. Moles are throwing wrenches at you. Maybe someone can come in with some lore about the hierarchy of Koopas and moles within the Mushroom Kingdom. But TEEX not having a hard time there. This fight can be difficult simply because she throws rings. These rings stay in the area. As you see, SuperSonic having to avoid that one ring. Fortunately, only one. She can throw multiple and they stay in the arena for as long as she's alive. But now we're in World 4 and very famous World 4 for this kind of like tiny huge island theme. Tiny huge island before Tiny Huge Island was a thing. World 4, though, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the theoretical halfway point of this race. Obviously, time-wise, not the halfway point, but 8 worlds. This is World 4. We're halfway through. Again, these guys have just a little bit under an hour's worth of run left to go. And as a reminder, in less than a week, 6 days, Smash and Splash coming at you live here on Twitch if you're able to make it to Wisconsin. Great state of cheese. Green Bay Packers. I don't know what else is up there. If you're from Wisconsin, you can let me know. But we'll have GSA's Mario Kart Double Dash going on. Those finals will be there. 16-star Super Mario 64 as well. Again, if you're not able to make it, it will be live for you to see. So make sure to check that out. Exclamation point bracket in chat. For more information, SuperSonic losing Big Mario down to small Mario again, just not able to manage these power-ups. But exclamation point bracket in chat for more information about what's going on GSA-wise. Exclamation point merch. Check out some of the merch. And Supersonic, unfortunately, taking a death. Not very good. Again, just this has been the story for Supersonic, not maintaining the power-ups. Gonna grab this mushroom now. Move right along. Exclamation point merch in chat. Check out some shirts. Check out some hoodies. Shirts are looking really nice. Really dig the shirts and the hoodies. Really nice concept. Teeks with the nice little throw there. Fireball at the Hammer Bro. Oversized Hammer Bro. Teeks just kind of, again, like I said, on cruise control. Not having too much trouble. And Supersonic just not able to maintain these power-ups. Avoiding the snipe. Lakitu, spike balls. Not any fun at all. Really nice movement here from Teeks so far. Nice boom boom kill. Supersonic picking up this fire flower. Let's see if he's able to hold on to it. Nice movement over these bullet bill cannons. Very good position management. And now we've got this extra long auto scroller. Not the longest ship in the game, but just a very, very slow auto scroller. So if you have some food that you want to make, if you have popcorn you want to throw into the microwave, you could probably finish it by the time Teeks finishes this ship. Or maybe if you want to go make a sandwich, you know, maybe you got some ham or turkey sitting in the fridge waiting for you. A little pepper jack. Maybe you're a Swiss guy. Yeah, I like pepper jack. Pepper jack's good. Got a little Dijon, a little spicy mustard maybe. Or maybe you're not a spicy person. Maybe you just want that regular yellow mustard. Me personally, I don't like pickles, but maybe you do. Maybe you like pickles. You want to throw pickles on there? Go for it. Do what you want, you know? Sandwiches are yours. Personally, my philosophy about sandwiches, you can learn a lot about a person through a sandwich. See how a person makes a sandwich, you'll learn who they are. Now, we might be halfway through this ship now. Teeks, excuse me, at the end of this ship, finally. Taking on this Koopa, pretty easy fight, nothing too difficult, but Supersonic still in the midst of this ship. You know, I forgot, if you like tomato, throw some tomato on there. Throw a tomato on there. I'm not about tomatoes. I'm not about tomatoes or pickles, but you know what? If you're in it, go for it. Maybe season the tomato. Throw a little oregano on the tomato before you put it on the sandwich. No, that's tasty. That's a treat. Maybe throw some bacon. Maybe you're a BLT person. 2003041. It's a BLT kind of guy. I dig it. The TEEX here, World 5. Quick movement here. Want to avoid these nippers. Nippers are no fun. Yeah, World 5 is underway now. Supersonic finishing up. Koopa here. Good to see that he's able to maintain this fire flower. Maybe he'll find his groove on the second half of the race. TEEX again, just on cruise control. Nothing really crazy to comment, just as of late. TEEX taking on this fortress here. Nice P speed, avoiding these rotor discs. That's been the story for TEEX here. You know, just consistent play since that early death in World in 1-6. Oh, and taking a cheeky hit from that Hammer Bro, losing Fire Flower. Back from World 5-3. A little bit of inconsistent movement here from TEEX, but nothing too terrible. Obviously having a little bit of trouble simply because he lost that Fire Flower. You know, again, all about maintaining these power-ups. Knowing where you're at. But TEEX having to take his time because he doesn't have it, but he will take up a Fire Flower here and he'll pick up the pace. As Supersonic takes on that Boom Boom. Fire Flower. Very nice. Heading on over 5-3. Take on these Hammer Bros just after. TEEX making his way through this castle, if you will. Supersonic unfortunately losing Fire Flower as well. Pick up Mushroom. Going down to Small Mario, kind of unfortunate for Supersonic, playing really consistent, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere taking 2 hits here. Unfortunately. TEEX cruising right along. Up here in the clouds. Big old cloud stage. And we can see just how difficult these Hammer Bros can be if you don't have that Fire Flower. Supersonic making sure that it's playing it safe, staying underneath, but Teeks. Up here, mind is in the clouds, like I said. Supersonic is struggling just a bit behind. Again, managing those power-ups is so critical here in SMB3. The Super Mario Brothers, you don't pick up, especially with the any percent runs, you don't pick up a single power-up, ever. There's small Mario the entire time, but here in Super Mario Bros. 3, it's just power-ups galore. 100% especially, completing every single level as quickly as you possibly can is just so important. Especially when these power-ups are freely dispersed here. Supersonic following up behind. Now this movement is just so precise. Supersonic picking up this raccoon tail. You know, these little flying buggers. I'd be really careful about your movement because there's nothing. Yeah. Fun fact. The second half of World 5 was the inspiration for Tippy in Super Mario 64. Fun fact. I have no idea if that's true, but you know what? I'm gonna make it true. World 5 still, Teeks. Wanting to be careful here, these wooden blocks. We'll see some fire chain chops coming at him. We've seen them cause some trouble here on this level in particular. But as you see there, Teeks has that fire flower, so causing him nearly no trouble, just a couple of shots. Chain Chomp coming right underneath him. Supersonic. His way through another fortress. Watch out for these Potobos. Again, not having Fire Flower with this Boom Boom fight. Very unfortunate. Gonna head on back, take on these Hammer Bros and Teeks. World 5 flying ship. Again, the auto scroll is just all about maintaining your position, watching these projectiles coming at you. Teeks, head in the clouds once again, staying off screen. Supersonic just trying to come up, gain some momentum. He'll have these fire chain chomps to deal with. Again, just maintaining position. TEEX needing to be careful with this fight. Koopa, because he's a larger Koopa, makes the stage a little earthquakey. SuperSonic taking a little damage there. Again, we've seen these fire chain jumps just wreak havoc. You see there with SuperSonic losing, Big Mario losing that mushroom. See him take on this castle and this ship. Helping out the kingdoms. Mario just being a real citizen of the world, if you will. TEEX taking some damage there. Maybe on purpose, maybe not. SuperSonic making his way through this ship. Gonna pick up that mushroom. You need to hold on to these power-ups. TEEX showing us where that leaf is at. Not going to pick it up himself. Not sure what leaves have to do with raccoons. But who knows? Just another auto-scroller here for TEEX. Again, just maintaining position. Knowing where you're at. Taking his time. Kind of messed around. A little bit here and there. Nothing big though. Just SuperSonic. Get that Koopa kill. Very nice. Follow up. TEEX into World 6. Little one up there. Yara, good question. So sometimes it's strategic to not pick it up because P-Speed with the tail, it's a little bit slower based off of what I know. But it's all about speed for these guys. So. SuperSonic taking a little bit of damage there. Probably strategic. SuperSonic deciding to picking up that tail. Saw TEEX pass on a tail earlier. SuperSonic decided to take one. Now TEEX will pick up this, but the purpose of that was to get these invincibility frames just cruise right across these thorns. We'll pick up this invincibility star. Getting overkill on this boom boom. That's why you get that upside down exclamation block. TEEX with a good job on the Hammer Bros. Making his way over to 6-4. Sonic going through this slow auto scroller. Again, doing what you can to just keep yourself focused. Maybe a little bit of entertainment. TEEX taking on these Hammer Bros once again. Having to be careful. Oh, TEEX taking a death there with the Hammer Bros, just getting a little close. Just getting a little too personal there with the Hammer Bros. Unfortunate. TEEX holding on to some of that speed from that hill through that water. Small Mario. You want to be. You actually want to be Small Mario through that part there where TEEX is at, because Mario's hitbox is bigger, obviously, when he's Big Mario. So Big Small Mario is actually optimal through that water level, interestingly enough. Supersonic making his way into the fortress. Gonna dodge that. Take, again, invincibility frames over those thorns. Strategic. Something that you don't really see too often in any speedrun, really. Taking damage on purpose. Moving right along. More Hammer Bros. TEEX not having any trouble this time. Being careful not to get hit by those spinners, maybe windmills, whatever you want to call them. Another auto scroller here for TEEX. A little fun with those donuts, picking up a little point action. Not too important how many points you have by the end of this game, all about how quickly you finish it. But if we did care, Supersonic would be in the lead. 849,260 points and counting for Supersonic. TEEX a good 10,000 points behind. But we ain't counting points here, we're counting time. We're speed running. Nice little kill there on the fire chomp. Want to take those note blocks, nice little jump. Sonic taking on these Hammer Bros. TEEX having had a problem with those earlier, so Sonic will make up a little bit of time. TEEX with the damage there again, invincibility frames. Supersonic showing it how it's done with that P-Wing. That's how you want to do that level. You want to grab that P-Wing and just float right along. Take out the Nipper. Move on out of there. Oh, Supersonic picking up a hammer suit. Now, this is going to be interesting. Supersonic picking up that hammer suit. So Supersonic picking up that hammer suit, he'll use that at the end with this fight against Bowser. Quickest way to beat Bowser with that hammer suit. Takes only 3 or 4 hammers, I believe. Maybe, probably 4 hammers. I believe it's 4 hammers. I could be wrong. If someone wants to correct me in chat, that's fine. 35 shots! With the Fire Flower, though. And obviously, if you don't have either of those, it takes much, much longer due to the fact that you have to, you know, let him destroy the floor. Oh, it's Supersonic! Just not enough height. He's gonna lose that squirrel tail. Unfortunate to see. This will make the That'll make this level a lot more difficult for Supersonic. Fortunately, able to get the quick kill on that fire chain chomp. Yeah, just losing, dying at the end of a auto scroller is just so, it's really difficult to see, but he'll pick up a fire flower. These auto scrollers are just so slow, and dying at the very, very end of it just has to hurt, as TEEX taking on this ship here. Supersonic able to take care of it this time. No death on the second go. TEEX, like I said, on this ship, moves just a tad bit faster. So you have to move just a little bit faster than these other auto scrollers that just move quite slow. TEEX, excuse me, getting that nice little clip. Doesn't speed up the ship in any way, shape, or form, but it just makes it just a little bit easier for him. Sonic trying to hold on to this fire flower. Nice movement. Will make this boom boom fight a little bit easier. As we see there. Little bonk of the head. Couple of fireballs. Takes him out. Circus Koopa. Nice little kill there from TEEX. You guys don't know about that Koopa is that he was raised in the circus along with the seals. Actually, a seal raised him. That's why he rolls around on the ball there and throws him around, because again, his mom was a seal in the circus. Fun fact. Again, I have no idea if that's true or not, but that's a fun fact. You can count on that. World 7. 6 down, 2 to go, and here we go with 7-1 clips. We saw this was the make or break yesterday. So we'll want to see. There we go. TEEX able to get it finally. Corneza, no, not, excuse me, Oglib and Mako. That was the make or break for that race. Seven tries there. Not able to get that P-Speed. He's going to try it again. Able to get it on the second try. Supersonic cruising right along here. Boom, boom. Easy fire kill. Nothing too difficult. We'll see Supersonic take on this ship. Again, auto scroller. A little bit faster than our other auto scrollers, but TEEX rolling right through World 7. We'll pick up this P-Wing. This little shell grab. Take that up with him into the pipe. A little bit of a maze, if you will. Pretty amazing how well he's able to handle this. these guys have this maze memorized. No problem at all. Supersonic still making his way through. Gonna take on Lemmy. Oh, unfortunately getting hit there. Oh, having a lot of difficulty with this Lemmy fight. Fortunately able to get it. But will be knocked down to Small Mario, unfortunately, again. Just not able to maintain that power up. Got Big Fish here. Fun fact. Big Fish has a smaller fish inside of his mouth. That was inspired by the movie Alien. Fun fact. Again, I have no idea if that's true or not, but that is a fun fact. This jellyfish forest inspired the movie Nemo, where Marlin and Ellen DeGeneres had to go through that jellyfish forest, if you will. All inspired by World 7. Again, fun fact. So, World 7 simultaneously inspired by and inspiring movies. TEEX hopping from island to island through these pipes. You need to be careful of those little black chompers. Nothing too difficult though. Pick up this P-Wing. Supersonic Small Mario. Gonna need to be careful here. TEEX taking the high road. With that little area. Little P-Wing action there for Supersonic. Same thing that we saw there with TEEX earlier. TEEX picking up this invincibility star. We'll grab one more. We'll finish up the level. Just cruising right across those little chompers. Again, Supersonic doing an amazing job through this maze. TEEX taking advantage of these invincibility stars, dropping right in underneath that. Piranha picking up the hammer suit. Not choosing to grab it at the same place that Supersonic did back in World 6. He'll go for this clip here. And get it! First clip. See if he goes for this second clip. And he does, but he misses it. He's going to try it again. Gets it, second try. Will he go for... Nope. So he'll get the first 2 clips. We'll move on. Very nice seeing those first 2 clips, though. Don't see that too often. Very cool to see. Now, TEEX is going to need to be very, very careful here. You know, picking up this hammer suit, it's going to make things a little bit easier for him, but he's going to want to... He can't take any damage, pretty much, all the way through to the end of the game. Because he's going to want to have that hammer suit all the way to the end. If he takes any damage, he will lose it. Picks up a little mushroom. Put that in the back pocket, just in case. SuperSonic, pick up that P-Wing. TEEX. Gonna head on up to this ship here. Last ship, for World 8. Then we get into endgame mode, not Marvel style endgame. No spoilers. See, this ship is a little bit faster than ordinary auto-scrollers. You need to be sure your position. Watching out for these wrenches. Again, TEEX just wanted to hold on to this hammer suit all the way to the end. Very confident that he's gonna not take a single shot through this endgame. Taking his time. Smart play here from TEEX. SuperSonic moving as quickly as he can. He will also pick up this hammer suit, but he has a hammer suit in the back pocket. TEEX does not. And SuperSonic losing that hammer suit right away, unfortunately. So SuperSonic will not have the hammer suit until the very, very end. SuperSonic going... He's going to pick up this Fire Flower. Going to attempt this clip here. 1 shot. 2 shots. 3rd try. Doesn't work. He'll head on out of here. Cut his losses and move right along as TEEX takes on the military force of the Koopas. First taking on these tanks. TEEX is currently in the lead. Working his way through World 8. SuperSonic grabbing that invincibility star. Taking out a thwomp. Doing a little bit of weed whacking as well. Takes a hit from a thwomp though. Very unfortunate. That's been the story though. Need to take his time, unfortunately. Potobo's blocking his way. Gonna take 3 shots at this. Boom, boom. He'll head on out of there. Just as a reminder, as we finish up this race, got about 10 to 12 more minutes left before TEEX is done. Just as a reminder, we've got Smash and Splash 6 days. Starts next Friday. TEEX heading in and taking on the Navy. The whole naval fleet of the Koopa Kingdom. But Smash and Splash coming up 6 days. Friday, big start in Wisconsin Dells. It'll be live here on Twitch. GSA's got Mario Kart Double Dash, Super Mario 64, 16 Star. Both of those will be the finals for the season. First season GSA. Very important. We'll be live here on Twitch if you're not able to make it to Wisconsin. If you are, let us know how it goes. Pick up some cheese. Maybe go check out Bucky the Badger on your way there, while you're there. Regardless, lots of fun stuff going on. Melee will be going on there as well. Pretty sure Melee is going to be going on there as well. But if you want to find out more information about Smash and Splash, type in !bracket in the chat. You'll find out more information about everything GSA. Check out exclamation point merch as well. Check out some shirts. Check out some hoodies. TEEX taking on these hands. No hand this time. 100% hand RNG is not too much of a big deal. Because 100% meaning you're going to complete every single level in the game, including these hands. So whether or not the hand pulls you down isn't really too big of a deal. You lose maybe a second and a half. TEEX getting that second hand. So he'll lose a second and a half there just because of that second hand. But again, he has to complete the level anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. SuperSonic making his way through this ship. Take on this final Koopa. TEEX getting 2 hands. SuperSonic. Koopa down. He'll head on into World 8. Take on the tanks first. TEEX headed up into the sky, Air Force. Not really sure how you'd call this an Air Force, but it is. Oh, TEEX taking a hit. Very unfortunate. You won't be happy about that one. These wrenches can just throw. These molds can just throw a wrench into your plans. SuperSonic working on these tanks. You've got this memorized though, nothing too hard. TEEX, little boom boom fight. 3 shots, you're down. Easy peasy. TEEX will take this invincibility star. Move right along. Show off where that 1-up is. Won't grab it though. P speed. Very nice to see. Pretty quick. Grabbing that final card, that exit card. Again, just hop, skipping, and jumping. Doesn't have that. Oh, and he takes the death there. Very unfortunate. Didn't manage his position very well, unfortunately. He didn't have that hammer suit, so he wasn't able, you know, you need that hammer to take out that. Wasn't able to, obviously, not having that hammer suit. Here comes the sun once again. Little Beatles reference there for you. Able to get past it this time though. Maybe the sun's angry at us for global warming. Not really. Oh, it's Supersonic. Is he able to stay afloat? Going underneath the ship here. Haven't seen this yet. And he is. A little submarine action on this Navy. TEEX, able to just sneak right underneath these thorns, will get that boom boom kill. Taking a pipe. And we're almost done. More tanks for ya. Supersonic taking out that boom boom. Nothing too hard. We'll head on out of here. Hammer Bros. Nice little jump over. TEEX. Auto scroller just taking his time. Supersonic. These hands. Pull him down. Again, RNG is not that big of a deal here with these hands, just simply because you know you're going to take on these levels anyway, but a second and a half. 3 hands. So we'll lose about 4.5 seconds here just to RNG. TEEX in the end game takes that nice little clip. One more clip right up here. And he is in the end game. The very, very end game. Final showdown. Bowser v. TEEX. 35 shots. All it takes to get a W. Ooh, very unfortunate. TEEX losing Fire Flower. Oh, and Small Mario! Cannot take a death. Just wasting time now, unfortunately. And of course, this is the long way to finish the game, but TEEX able to finish it finally. Should have had a 113. The gets a 114, so nothing too bad. His PB is a 112. Supersonic, PB of a 117. So 114.34 for TEEX. We'll get him in here in just a moment for interviews. Supersonic still has a little bit of ways to go, only because he's a bit behind. Able to avoid this sun, though. So we'll make up a bit of time off of TEEX's time, avoiding the sun. Troy of Athens, thank you so much for the subscription. A little subscription hype there in the chat, if you would. A little GSA dab if you've got it. Supersonic speed. Trying to go as fast as he can. Gotta go fast, obviously. Supersonic 117.25 is the PB. Probably, unfortunately, not going to be able to get it. He works through this super tank. Cheeky little comment in chat saying it's not an auto scroller, the tanks are moving. I like that theory. I'll take that as a fun fact. Supersonic just spamming those fireballs. Finish this up. Uh-oh. Lost video there for Supersonic. Not sure what happened there. Oh, we're back. Supersonic looking for this clip. Not able to get it. Takes the elevator. And able to get that clip, fortunately. He's going to want to hold on to this fire flower. Getting to the end of this fight now. Now, one thing to note that, again, Supersonic's PB is a 117. TEEX beat Supersonic's PB, so that's... Oh, it's Supersonic, unfortunately, coming down to the same unfortunate circumstances that TEEX did. So this fight will continue, unfortunately. No 118 for Supersonic. It will go down to a 119, unfortunately. Having to wait for Bowser. Finally, just take his time. Ground pound this floor, and Supersonic will get the 119. Sub 120. Unfortunately, Supersonic will get knocked out in this round of 16. TEEX will move on to the top 8, final 8. We'll try to get both these guys into chat beforehand, or excuse me, after. We've got TEEX here. And we also have Supersonic TEEX. GG's on the win, and Supersonic GG's to you as well.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks.
So first of all, TEEX, let's take a look at you. We also have Supersonic TEEX, death, GG's on, and then a couple more deaths along the way.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had that. I bumped into that sticky slope in 1.5, so I came to a dead halt and then just landed on the piranha plant. So I had to pick up a mushroom along the way. I tried to implement the same strat that I always use for 1.6, which is just to make that one long jump on the first platform you encounter. But unfortunately, my hitbox collided with him instead of just letting it register as a stomp. So it was just a minor miscalculation on my part that unfortunately cost me about 20 seconds.
Right, and then now the big thing we saw in 2-1 was a big. I mean, we're talking big old sync. It was almost like frame for frame. You guys were playing on the exact same, almost like jump for jump, on the same pace. And it wasn't until the fortress in World 2 where we had another sync and TEEX, you took the lead. But kind of just walk me through that, walk me through World 2, just because so much happened there. Supersonic, if you'd like to start.
Well, as far as World 2 went, there was like a lot of mistakes that happened along the way. In 2-3, I tried to go for the quick strat to get into the pipe faster, but I jumped a little early, so I lost fire there. And then my first concern was the bros, so I decided to fight them first, and then just kind of wrap around afterwards to the other remainder levels. And I didn't know that we were synced up like for a while there, so that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, TEEX?
Yeah, I mean, 2-1 started out pretty decently, and then in 2-2, I got the slide right at the start to start building speed, but I miscalculated one of my jumps early on and then fell in the water, so I had to swim across the second half of the pond. So I lost a little speed there, and I had a little trouble gaining P speed in the beginning of the fort. I was able to get it the last second, but lost a couple frames in the process. Um, Fortunately, I was able to hold onto the fire flower for the remainder of World 2. So, yeah.
Well, that World 2 fortress. That's where you took the lead there, TEEX. I mean, was there anything throughout the rest of that run that you were kind of upset with? I mean, we saw you take a couple of deaths. We saw you pick up hammer, and lose it, unfortunately, there in, I believe, World 8. But anything else to comment regarding that?
Yeah, relative to what my PB is, which is a 112.43, and relative to what my expectations are, I was hoping to get a little closer to the ballpark of what that time was. But like you said, unfortunately, I did take a couple deaths along the way. I did have a little bit of a hesitation in World 6. Like I took damage in 6-1, and I wasn't expecting to just go into 6-2 and 6-3 without a fire flower. So I kind of didn't know what to do with myself when I was going into the Hammer Bro fights after 6-4. And I kind of got a little slipped up on the ice physics, so I kind of collided into one of the bros there. I was expecting to reach that note block in 8-2, but unfortunately that was another miscalculated jump. So for the majority of the strats I was hoping to implement, those were pretty good, and I think that with all things considered, with those 3 deaths throughout the run, I think that a 1434 is pretty decent.
Now, Supersonic, I mean, you didn't take too many deaths. The problem really that I saw was power up management. And now your PB is a 117. And TEEX, I mean, his PB is a 112, but he soundly beat your PB with a 114.34. So that's gonna be hard to run up against.
Yeah, I already knew from the beginning that it was going to be a hard like matchup like from the get-go. And after that death in 6-7, like at the end of that auto scroller, that kind of pretty much sealed the deal there. And from there, I was pretty much out of my element throughout the entire run, especially with losing the power-ups like so frequently and trying to come up with the backup strats too. So it was really rough, but on the other hand, it was, pretty fun racing against TEEX. It was actually really cool to be a part of this entirely anyway. But yeah, it just wasn't my best tonight, but we tried what we could.
So obviously, Teeks, you're going to be moving forward in this bracket into the round of 8. What are you going to be looking forward to, and what are you going to be?
Well, from the looks of my bracket, from the looks of the bracket, I'm going to be facing Stewie Cartman in round 2. So he has 20 seconds on my PB and 100%, and a 30-second lead over my PB and any percent warpless. So he is definitely a very solid player. And but as with any race where it's anywhere from 53 minutes to over an hour, can't emphasize this enough. Just anything can happen throughout the course. So I think it can legitimately go either way. But I think that in the meantime, my practice is going to be primarily focused on the same 5 stages over and over and over again. So that would be like 4F1, 4-4, 5-3, 6-6, and 7F2.
Well, and Supersonic, unfortunately, getting knocked out here, but playing very, very well regardless. So again, big GGs to you. What are you going to be working on?
Well, since it's the end of the road already for SMB3, I'm going to be continuing SMB1 warpless. I'm currently going for the world record right now, so that's my main focus. And then eventually I'll be coming back to SMB3 to practice warpless for ESA coming up in a couple months. So that's pretty much what's on tap for me.
So if you guys are both on Twitch, correct?
That's correct.
Yes. Well, make sure to check these guys out as they practice, obviously. Teeks moving forward, going to be working on that SMB3, and Supersonic moving on over, taking the time to work on some Super Mario Brothers. So we'll see that. But any other comments before we finish up here?
I think I would just close by saying, once again, just a big thank you to GSA for hosting this SMB3 tournament. It's been a lot of pleasure just being a part of this and just part of the Mario community altogether. And another thank you to Milo for the restream, and thank you to you, Scotch, for the commentary.
Supersonic?
Yeah, just thanks for having me in the tournament. It was really fun to be a part of it. And also shout outs to the GSA community and everybody else that are a part of this. And also thank you, Teeks, for the race again. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. And I'll be looking forward to watching your next match.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much, Sonic. And best of luck with that world record.
Thanks, man.
All right. Well, that'll be it for us with Super Mario Bros. 3 for now. We've got Super Mario 64, that task competition. Live results in an hour. So if you're interested in that, make sure to come on by 5:30. And then at 8 o'clock tonight, Oatflaker versus Quaniza. We've got that Super Mario Sunshine tournament also in full swing. Group matches still going on. Points are up for grabs. Make sure to tune on into that. But that'll be it for us. Again, if you need more information about Smash and Splash in 6 days, that's !bracket. Find out more information about everything going on GSA-wise. And exclamation point merch. Check out those shirts and hoodies. We've got a lot in stock. Really nice design. Looks really clean. So make sure to check that out. But gentlemen, thank you so much for the race. Teeks, congratulations on moving forward. And Supersonic, look forward to seeing you again, obviously. And I'm Scotch and Tie Guy. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in a bit.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.